All right, today we're doing a review, 6 months of my Tesla. I wrote down a lot of information since I can't use my phone. All right, so here's the car. After 6 months, I didn't wash it or anything. Let's sit inside and go over my paper. All right. Get some lights in here. All right. So I got it delivered on December 31st. Delivery date today is June 30th. So pretty much exactly 6 months. I looked up how much it is for per kilowatt hour here in Hawaii, and I found that in March it was 40 cents per kilowatt hour, and then I looked for a more updated one. It's still 40 cents in May, and just for math, last 31 days I used that much, and it's plus minus or whatever, but I drove 911 miles since I bought it. So that means I'm averaging, what is it, 6 months, 150 miles per month. Oh, just got a phone call from Scam Likely. Let's see. And then, so that comes out to 26 kilowatts per mile, which comes out to 10.4 cents per mile. And then just for reference, the car over there, it's a Lexus RX, and I googled it. It gets about 20 miles per gallon, and gas right now is $5.60 a gallon, which comes out to 28 cents per mile, which is 63% cheaper than electricity. So every mile I drive, that's 17.6 cents saved, and this is how much I saved on gas. Clearly, I don't drive that much, but this isn't a video that's supposed to say, hey, I saved $1 million driving a Tesla. I left that in here. I forgot it. Let's see what we can. So, also, I looked it up. I paid $72,000 for the car 6 months ago, and I actually ordered it probably 10 months ago. So it took like three or 4 months for it to get delivered. And I put in all the same like wheels and paint and all that stuff. And the current price, if I was to buy it today or put the order in today, would be $81,500. So it's about $9,500 more expensive now than it was before. Well, let me go over the physical features before I go over this stuff. Let me open the front. So you do have to pay for a charger now. I think it's like $400, but when I bought it, it came with the charger. I only have to charge, based on my usage, I only have to charge it like once every 2 weeks or something. And it charges with just this normal wall plug, with like that normal thing, it charges at 5 miles per hour. So if you leave it overnight for 10 hours, you get 50 miles. So this is the frunk. I actually use it a lot. Yeah, I bought this. It's not from Tesla, but it's like every piece of. So there's that. And then there's the one down there, and then the one on the other side. And then those, I leave the seat down a lot because I use the car a lot for like picking up things from Costco. So one feature I really like about it is this part is tall. I can stand right under it and I won't hit my head. So a lot of space, this car cover thing. And actually there's more storage, but I never actually use it. There's another trunk in the trunk. Oh, pulled it forward. And there's like 2 side slots over here that are deep. You can fit 2 vinegar jugs in there. But yeah, very helpful. The only thing I don't like about this is when I put like 20 oil bins in here, this thing has so much grip, it's hard to move around. So I don't know if that's really a complaint, but. And you can see the relative size of a Lexus RX next to it. The Y looks smaller, and I'm pretty sure it is smaller. Let me see if I can open. This looks really close. Okay, I was really close, so I just held it to stop. But this is how big a Lexus looks in the back. There's no light, so I would say it's so like the height over here to here, it's probably equivalent. The whole car is taller, but the bottom is higher. And I would say storage capacity is about the same. Yeah, but it's more of a square because one thing that actually does annoy me with the Tesla is if you, this area over here, if you put anything from like over here to like when you put stuff over here, you would think like, oh, it can close, but actually it can't close. So yeah, I find the restriction, like putting something down right over here, if it comes up here any higher than this, even though it looks like there would be more space, it won't close because I guess this part up here is, you can see it's kind of thicker, and then when this closes, this top part is right over here, and I guess it's fatter over here compared to a normal car or Lexus. So yeah, I paid extra for the wheels. I think it was 2,000. All right, we'll get back in the car now. The windows, they don't have a border, and I guess that looks nice, but I always get scared that it's gonna shatter or something. Let's see. It's relatively comfortable. It's a normal car, but something cool is you can actually adjust the wheel to go backwards or forwards, up, down, side to side. So you can basically put it in any position you want, which is a lot more customizable than other cars, because I think other ones just go in and out, but this one, like you can see back here, there's a lot of space for it to go up, down, side to side. So there's a big range of movement over there. And another thing too is there's this, they built it in, I think on older models it was you could remove it, but to take this out you'd have to like take apart this whole console place and whatever. And I think it used to be over here on other cars, but they put a phone charger built in. But my left one, well actually the left one does work. They both work. It's just because I have a phone case on my phone, it's too far away to, for some reason I think the right one is stronger than the left one. Or if I took my phone case off, it can easily charge on both of them. So that's oh, more money. It's okay. That's my one time I went to Chinatown and I didn't have any cash. and it took me like half an hour to figure out where to get some cash to get my car out of a parking lot. I didn't have coins either. That's why I put money in here. But I just keep uh, I bought this phone charger, and then I didn't realize there was this built in, and it's kind of weird actually. If you, where is it? Oh, it's right over here. On the inside of this thing, you see the two charge holes. That's what I bought this for. Is for that. Uh, so there's a USB charger on the inside of this thing. I just keep a spray bottle on this thing to wipe things that I need to wipe in here. Uh Roof is cool. It's tinted, and you would think like, oh, well, it gets really hot when it's sunny and stuff like that, but it's not that bad actually, because yeah, you can see through it, but it doesn't heat up too much in your car. Let's see. So as far as what I've used in the past 6 months, I haven't really used like call people, or I use the music thing. Uh, the music used to be more jittery, where like sometimes it'll just blast the volume for no reason. But recently I haven't. I just thought about it. I haven't had that problem, because like I would start the car, and then the volume would just like blast all the way maxed out. But I think they fixed it with a software update. Let's see. I've never played games on it. I never did all this stuff. Uh, One thing I did do though is I forget how to access it. Where's the music? Okay, right over here. So there's the music. If you press this button over here, you get to change the settings. So that's something I did. Another thing too I like is you can open the trunk and the front from here. If you just press open, it'll open even though you're sitting in here. I did get the full self-driving, but I haven't really, let's see, my settings. So something cool is your side mirrors. It knows when you're at home. So when you back out, it'll stay like this until you get maybe 30 feet away from your house, and then it'll automatically unfold. And same thing for when you come home, it'll fold itself up automatically. Yeah, here's this thing. I put the limit for I haven't driven it since I fully charged it last night. You can see there's a little space on the end. That's because they don't recommend that you fully charge it. So I only take it up to 90%. And you can see 90% is 294 miles. Thermostat, autopilot. I've used the autopilot on the freeway because I signed up for full self-driving, but I haven't gotten into the beta yet, even though my safety score has been consistently above 95, and it's been 6 months. So I don't know. I want it. If someone can get it for me, I don't know if that's possible, but I'm sure they'll release it eventually. Never looked at this stuff before. But anyways. Oh, navigation. Navigation is very helpful because you like this is the default screen, so you could just type it in before you go somewhere, or you can press this button, and then it'll be like what's it called, the the human voice that you tell it to do something, and then it'll do something. You can do stuff like I'm hot, and then it'll turn the temperature down for you. So when you press this, it opens up this screen where you can actually find more different settings. There's like dog mode and that type of stuff. And then another thing too is like if you're in a really hot parking lot and for some reason you're a princess, you can turn the AC on before you get to your car so your seat's not hot. So things that it can do, but I don't actually use. So another thing weird about Teslas is I just had to get used to it in the beginning. Is it drives like a golf cart where if you don't put your feet on anything, it won't creep forward. But that is a function over here. Pedals. Here. Okay, so creep means if you don't put your foot on the brake or the gas, it'll roll forward like a normal car. But I put it on hold, which is like maximizes range. That's why I did it, is because of the regenerative braking. So what a Tesla does is normally in a car, if you're rolling and then there's a stop, there's a yellow light, and you know you have to slow down, it won't regenerate the energy that you're utilizing to go forward. You just press on your brake and it deteriorates your brake pads, and it wastes the energy, the forward momentum. So it wastes the energy and it scrapes away at your brake pads. But a Tesla, it can regenerate the energy. So when you let off the gas, you'll feel that it slows really, really aggressively, but it recharges your car, and you can't see it. So this is how you put into drive. This is reverse, drive. So reverse is hold the brake and go up. So another cool thing is uh, seatbelt thing. So it'll tell you how far you are away, and then there's sensors all around the car that you can see how far you are from everything. And you can't see it now. Well, maybe if I put it in drive, no. But the it can show you over here when you're driving like other vehicles, and it'll show an actual car. And then it used to just show like a random thing up there, but then recently it actually looks like a washing machine. So I guess they updated it to actually reflect real life objects. It's not just a random box anymore. It's an actually looks like a washing machine. So it's helpful that you can see how close you can get. And when you get maybe like 3 inches away, then it'll force you to stop or something like that. What did I come in here for again? I don't remember. Uh, well, whatever. So put it in park. You just press this thing. Oh, full self-driving. Double tap down. I've used it driving on the freeway, and well, it's not full self-driving. It's just the autopilot, I guess. But I find that it doesn't accelerate fast enough, even though I put it on. Like if you're at a stop and then the light turns green, it won't. Maybe because I drive fast or something, but I don't think I drive so fast that the car is doing it at the right speed. But it doesn't go or accelerate as fast as it should, and then you feel pressure from the people behind you that they're like, "What is this? There's an old lady driving this car," or stuff like that. Uh, yeah, so I I signed up for beta, and I can't find it, but there's a feature on here that says like set to aggressive or safety or standard, and I had it on aggressive, so I don't know what's going on with that. Anyways, it's getting into a long video, but overall, I like the car. I like it better than those other cars because so far, so far it's been really reliable. I don't like. I've driven a lot of other cars where I always have to worry like, oh, is the engine gonna turn over when I try to turn it on, and then like you have all the like issues and stuff like that. But it is 6 months, and I have had one problem with the car so far, but it wasn't like a functional, like a driving issue or something. But I did have to take it into the shop one time. So this hinge over here, it's connected to over here, and apparently I used the frunk a lot, and the thing came out, and it was one time I opened it, and then a screw popped loose, and I could hear it drop. And then you see how like there's if you let go, it's like hydraulics. It'll open on its own, and then from here, if you let go, it'll drop on its own. It has like a soft open feature, I would say. But when that hinge came out, you had to physically lift it. Whereas like over here, if you have it, it's balanced at this level, but any higher, it'll open and slow down all the way at the top. But when that hinge came out, you had to physically lift it, and it wouldn't lock at the top. So um, I requested the service, and it took, I think I called them, and then in and I could take it in the next day for them to look at it. And then I dropped it off. Let me sit down for this. I dropped it off at Tesla, and when I dropped it off, they said I dropped it off at like 9 a.m. and then they said it was going to take until like 4 p.m. or something, but they finished early so I could go pick it up. But they just said don't use the frunk until the part comes in. And the part came in maybe 2 weeks later, and then they fixed it. And they fixed it. I didn't have to pay anything. They fixed it on their own. But another thing too is I didn't know, but they give you, like, if you take your car in or something, you have to leave it there. I guess they have a deal with Uber or something. They give you $100 credit to Lyft or Uber. No, to Uber. They give you $100 for Uber credit to like go home and then come back. And then the second time I had to do it too, they also gave me a credit. So they gave me $200 credit. So I was like, they asked like, do you want the credit? I was like, well, somebody drove me here, but I guess why not? Because I thought like maybe it was just credit that would stay on your account forever, but the credits expire in 3 days. But I didn't use it because somebody drove me anyways. But then on the second time when I had to go pick it up, they I was trying to use it, but it didn't work. They said the voucher got redeemed, but then there was a problem with it, so I was just like, whatever. But yeah, they fixed it for free. It just took one day for the initial inspection, then it took 2 or 3 weeks to get the part in, and then they said same thing. It was going to take like 6 hours, but they actually fixed it in like 2 hours. But like I said, the whole thing is free. And I was talking to the sales lady. She said, if you start working at Tesla, you get 30 shares of Tesla for anybody that vests over time. So that means like you don't get hired and they just hand you 30 shares. It's like, I don't know what the time is, but it might be like, oh, after 6 months you get 10, you get to keep 10 of those shares, and after a year you get another 10, or I don't know how it happens, but she said you get 30 immediately vested over time. And then quarterly bonuses, everyone based on their performance, they get extra. So she said she personally got 6 shares in the first quarter. So you get 30, 6, 6, 6, whatever. But yeah, interesting that you get stock. I wish I got stock in whatever I worked for. Anyways, that's a 25-minute. Oh, like and subscribe. I always forget to use that line. And yeah, that's my Tesla review. Good car. The only thing I don't like is this thing. It's hard to press down. You have to actually press pretty hard.